These are just some of the cycling shoes I have tried over the last couple of years, and without any success, I might add. I have some really cool looking Raffas. I tried Kwok. I have Agu, a Dutch brand. What's this? I don't even know. Physique shoes. North Waves. Another pair of Physiques for road, super cool looking, but none of them really make me feel happy and my feet feel comfortable while cycling. If you have been following me, or if this is the first time here, quick recap of my origin story. I've been cycling for 15-20 years now. Got into gravel about 5-6 years ago and started bikepacking, and the whole bikepacking thing, I wouldn't say got out of hand, but I just enjoy the ultra side of bikepacking more and more. So this year was my first real dive into ultra cycling. I finished an ultra event in Portugal called Gravelbirds, and man did my feet hurt. There's actually a finish photo of me that my friend Snorre took. It was, I guess, 10 seconds after finishing, and you can already see me in the picture taking my shoes off. At that time I was wearing the North Wave shoes. Feet just so bloody uncomfortable all the time. It happens, I guess, right? If your shoes don't really fit, yeah, your feet are gonna start to hurt. So after the Portugal trip, I was like, yeah, I need to do something, and that something was just a spur of the moment thing. They looked cool, so I bought the Raffas. That same issue. So later than that, I even returned those. I ordered some Shimanos, and that was really my last attempt at trying to do this stuff myself. I really recognized I needed to go to a specialist, a special store that sold shoes that could help me find the right size. Because my problem with the shoes generally is the width. I'm not very tall. I don't have super big feet, but they are kind of maybe a little bit wider than usual. I am a European size 42. But as it turned out, in the bike shoes store, I have slightly wider feet than general, and this is also where my issues with shoes started on both sides, but especially on my right foot. The outside of the foot, it just felt like somebody was just constantly putting pressure on there, which obviously, hindsight, here we go, shoes were just too narrow for me. So about 3 weeks ago now, maybe 4 weeks, I made an appointment at BIKESHOES for you, and then they take a whole hour just to measure your feet, to figure out together what type of shoes you exactly need. Now, both in style, are you going for a road shoe, a mountain bike shoe, a winter shoe, a gravel shoe, etc., etc. Yeah, and the whole measurement, again, in hindsight, maybe part of it you can do together, but it was so worthwhile to talk to an actual specialist, and him reaching into his inventory and going like, okay, I have these 2-3 brands, these 2-3 models per brand, try these on.
En dan kom je uit op nou, voor je linkervoet bijna 10 centimeter. Wat voor mij heel normaal is. Dus ik denk 90% van de mensen die hier komen hebben een voet van 10 of breder. En jij zit eigenlijk aan die ondergrens. Misschien in verhouding voor de lengte van je voet is dat wat breed. Maar ik vind het andersom. Ik vind dat de schoenen gewoon te smal worden gebouwd. En we zoeken eigenlijk uiteindelijk zo'n situatie. Dus je kan ontspannen je hele voet neerzetten op de onderkant van de schoen.
So very valuable was the measurement of my feet, not only the length but also especially the width, because that's where I was struggling, you know, my feet just being squeezed into shoes that were just too narrow for me. If you have the same issue and you have one of these at home or just a regular measure, of course you can do the measurements yourself I did that. I measured my feet, but nowhere on the internet or hardly anywhere on manufacturer websites. If you go to any shoe brand, cycling shoe brand, it's super hard to figure out the width of shoes. And here, just to give you an example, right? I have my right foot especially is a little bit wider than my left. My right foot's a little bit crooked. I won't show you my feet, guys. Sorry for the 1 or 2 people that really would want me to. Not gonna do it. Anyway, turned out measuring my foot that my right one was a little over 10 centimeters. And if I just grab my latest shoe, right, the Rafa one. Where is it? Let me be more precise and grab the right one. I lost it. Here it is. So the right shoe, right, of the Rafa one. If you would just measure the bottom of that shoe, you can tell. I just set this one to, am I doing this right? Yeah, just over 10 centimeters. If I go to the widest bit of this shoe, I'm missing 1 whole centimeter of shoe. So in hindsight, I don't know how I even got in these shoes. Don't know how I did it. Anyway, the gentleman at BIKESHOES for You took all the time in the world for me. We discussed well, my feet at first, measured them. He came back with a couple of suggestions. I tried a couple, I walked around with them. For each shoe he knew the pros and cons, if there was a different way of doing it, if the brand had a different model that they maybe didn't have in stock, etc, etc. Tried on basically all of them that he suggested, and I came to the conclusion that my shoe would be a lake shoe. So this is the shoe. Actually, I have to look up the name because I keep forgetting, but it's the Lake, where is it? The Lake MX30GX in a wide. The good thing about Lakes is that they make their shoes in 3 different widths. So let's say small, normal or regular, and then a wide. Yeah, like I already said, I have slightly wider feet, so I had to take the wide shoe. They did have the wide, so my shoe in the right size and the right width, so I was able to try them on, test them on, but they didn't have them in the color that I wanted. I just wanted to go for the black. I did have some personal touches done with the BOA dials. I thought it would be cool if the BOA dials would be silver and not the standard black. So this is an extra, guys. This is the sporty option on these on these shoes. I couldn't resist. Anyway, these shoes had to be ordered, so after a week they were in. I went back to BIKESHOES for You, and then the whole fun starts actually, or the fine-tuning starts. Because at that appointment, of course, they have the shoe ready for you. You put the shoes on, and then you get on your bike. You have to bring your own bike, and you go into a test rig. So basically, your bike is put on a trainer, and then they fine-tune the cleats, the position of your feet, if you need an insole or not. I already had custom insoles made, so I brought those as well. Yeah, and in the end, it was a great investment, to be honest. We looked at my bike position again in relation to my shoes, feet, pedals. So in the end I got new shoes, and also the gentleman from BIKESHOES for You recommended spacers on my pedals to give my hips a little bit more width. And I already knew I have a bit of a wiggle in my left knee, left leg. It doesn't really track up and down through the pedal stroke. It tends to go outside a little bit, halfway through the pedal stroke. I already have a wedge under my left cleat, but the spacers help me, my hips to have a bit more room. So that makes pedaling a lot easier as well. So all in all, quite the investment, but I think more than worth it. I came to the conclusion while doing ultras and long distance rides that comfort is everything. So from your feet to your hands to your neck to your backside. Next year, my New Year's resolution will be on the hunt for more comfort. So I've already done a lot when it comes to my hands. I think that problem is pretty much solved with a proper bike fit I did earlier this year. My feet was the next problem to tackle, and I think I've done that with these really comfortable lake shoes. And now the next issue will be my backside. I do struggle with saddle sores every now and then, especially on longer days. I've tried a lot. I think the bike fit already helped. I have the feeling that even the spacers that the bike shoe gentleman put on my pedals help, but I'm not there yet. So I would like to keep looking for more comfort on the bike, because comfort is finishing. And I have big plans for next year. I'm gonna do an ultra again, so stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for this series where I will be looking to be more comfortable on the bike. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.